Making a note for myself right now. Hope everybody's doing well today. Hope everybody's doing well. Did I move up to League D1? I didn't even notice that. Did I really move up in the league? Okay. I mean, that's cool. It's cool. I hope all is well with everyone. Hold on while we let everybody get in today. If you do not know who I am, hi, my name is Kendra. I'm here to help you and to support you with what's going on in our food industry and understanding how we are not supporting ourselves and we are not aware enough to the point where we are just unconscious consumers. And so today, I woke up to some shocking news, which it happened yesterday, but I did not see it, that PepsiCo has done it again. They have bought another company to put it under their umbrella of a bunch of companies that are full of crap. And if you are not aware of the company, we're going to talk about who it is and what happened. And we're going to talk about how they are viewing the change in the switch, because it has a overall factor to it of the reason why they're doing this. And what they said, that the reason for them to switch their company the way that they have is because they're trying to make more products that are health conscious friendly, that are going to support the people who want to be health conscious and health conscious friendly. And so I'm going to pull up the article in just a second if I can find it, because I just had it and I accidentally closed it. Hold on, let me get it up, because I want to be able to reference just in case I forget something, because the ending has really got me, because a lot of people do this and I do this too. And that's the reason what made me go to the end. The Most High spoke to me and said, go to the end. You skim. It has the bold, and this is the point too. They have the bold lettering to let you know what the article's about. You know what I mean? It goes through a whole bunch of like, okay, here's the inside of what's going on. It gives you this paragraph, and then it gives you the about Pepsi, about Siete. And at that point, like a normal person, you would exit out, because you're like, okay, I know what both brands are trying to do. You see that Pepsi's talking about them switching their leadership and understanding what's going on, and then you would get down to this PepsiCo cautionary statement. This is where they had me. And I didn't tell you what brand it is yet. If for the people that are sitting here wondering, I haven't told you the brand yet, and I'm going to tell you in just a minute, but I want you to hear this. They said that, and it's in a jumbled up mess too. It's not even complete sentences for you to sit there and look at it, and you would read half the first sentence and you'd be like, okay, this is just telling you like legal statements, right? But no, it says that the terminology, this is the terminology that they use. They said statements in communication that are forward-looking statements are based on currently available information. And then I skipped down a couple of lines. It says terminology such as believe, expect, future, intend, may, plan, position, potential, should, will, or similar statements or variations of such words or other similar expressions are intended to identify forward-looking statements. Okay. So you see that and you're like, okay, so they're just telling you the terminology. But then when you scroll down, it talks about the fact that it's talking about such risks and uncertainties included, but are it talks about the fact that it's talking about such risks and uncertainties included, but are not limited to the risk associated with deadly conflict in Ukraine. And you're like, okay, what does that have to do with you switching up your products? And then it talks about future demand for PepsiCo products, damage to PepsiCo's reputation or brand products. And then it talks about future demand for PepsiCo products, damage to PepsiCo's reputation or brand image, product recalls or other issues or concerns with respect to product quality and safety, PepsiCo's ability to compete effectively, PepsiCo's ability to attract. Do you hear these words? Do you hear these words? Develop and maintain a highly skilled and diverse workforce, effectively manage changes in our workforce, water scarcity, changes, hello. It says changes in the retail landscape or sales to communicate key customers. Keep that in mind. And like I said, it goes on and on. That's just literally the beginning. And this is legal jargon, okay? So when you think about that, let's go. I don't know why all these people are trying to battle me. I don't do that. Okay, I need to figure out how I can turn that off. Actually, I bet I can turn off battles. I wonder if I can turn off battles, because people keep trying to battle me, and I'm not battling anybody. I don't need to do that. Let me see. Okay. So, based on that information, you gather the fact that they're talking about key audiences, they're talking about recalls for PepsiCo, and they're talking about different things such as, let me find it. What was the other thing that had me like, interesting? The deadly conflict with Ukraine. Like, what sense does that make to put that in here? And then PepsiCo's ability to attract. Now, let's go back up here. Based on PepsiCo's ability to attract, they're talking about the fact that PepsiCo believes in the spirit and authenticity of the Siete brand. Okay, that's great. And then it's talking about Siete brand was thanks for the follows. It's talking about Siete was created 10 years ago to make the heritage-inspired Mexican-American food more widely available, which is great. This is their mission. This is what they've been priding themselves on. But when you scroll down to the About PepsiCo, it says PepsiCo generate. Oh, and by the way, Siete is the brand. I don't think I said that because I got excited about the fact that it's like, why do you need a specific audience if you tailor food to everybody, quote unquote? Everybody should be able to eat this, right? And they talk about the fact that PepsiCo generated more than $91 billion in net revenue in 2023, driven by a complimentary beverage and convenient foods portfolio that includes Lay's, Doritos, Cheetos, Gatorade, Pepsi Cola, Mountain Dew, Quaker, and SodaStream. And so for the Lay's, the Doritos, the Cheetos, if you don't know, all three of those products are heavily dangerous. They have terrible inflammatory oils. They have soy products in them. They are filled with titanium dioxide, sodium phosphate, citric acid that's made from black mold, not natural citric acid. And so when you look and you see also Gatorade, Pepsi Cola, Mountain Dew, those three things, Mountain Dew is a carbonated beverage. Mountain Dew throws off your pH balance of your gut. If you are a woman, your other pH balance. It also causes other issues when it comes to you and your insulin resistance. When you look at Pepsi Cola and different types of Pepsi products when it comes to sodas, they do the same thing. Gatorade, the Pepsis, the Mountain Dew, they're full of dyes. They're full of titaniums and sodiums and phosphates, inflammatory sugars. Quaker, heavily sprayed with pesticides, well-known brand. There's a reason why that they make so much money. There's a reason why they were able to profit $91 billion last year. I mean, last year. It's 2024. Goodness gracious. And so just taking that information right there and sitting on that information, do you think that this company is priding themselves on the Siete family brand, the Siete Foods that started out with a local family in Texas that made their branch bigger and bigger and is now a well-known brand across America? Do you think that they are going to sit here and try to keep the real authentic ingredients, knowing that they've made $91 billion last year, and they're projecting the fact that they're gonna obviously hit that $100 billion mark, knowing that they don't care about you because all of their other Pepsi products have toxic ingredients in them? Knowing that Pepsi's mission is for them to get a target audience, which are the people that are not aware of what's in their food and don't read ingredients. That's the target audience, because they market products to everybody. It's not like they have a target audience of, oh, they want health gurus now. Oh, they want the people that are sitting here trying to take care of their body. No. They want the people that don't know how to take care of their body, the people that are stuck and addicted to unhealthy sugars, terrible sugars, and they want the people that don't know how to read their labels. And that's what they are targeting. And now the people who are in the health industry, because this is what they're talking about, they're trying to target them too. And I'm going to scroll back up here if I can find it so I can quote it directly. Because I when I read this, my mouth just dropped. Because I was like, that's interesting. If I can find it. Okay, it says, we hope this next chapter for Siete serves as inspiration for Latino businesses, showing that it's possible to build a thriving brand that honors the heritages and celebrates our culture. That's a quote. That's a direct quote. Keep that in mind. Oh, that's the founder from Siete brand. Just kidding. I read that. That's the wrong. But that's great, though. That's the wrong quote. Okay, here it is. This is the PepsiCo quote. This is what I was thinking of. PepsiCo believes in the spirit and the authenticity of the Siete brand. No, is that what it is? No, that's not the one. Where's the quote they were talking about? I might have to just like sub-quote it and not quote it exactly what they were saying because I can't find it. I should have highlighted it or took a picture. If I can find it. Oh, I'm trying to quote it directly because that's the main point of like, I can't find it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where did it go? Hold on, y'all. Okay, here's it. It's this. Okay, the acquisition will complement PepsiCo's portfolio with the addition of authentic Mexican American brand, while also growing its better for you food offerings. The Siete products will bring a rich new aspect to the PepsiCo multicultural portfolio with delicious foods that plays an important role in meal occasions and culinary experiences. They think it's going to bring a new aspect to the PepsiCo multicultural portfolio. They think it'll complement them in growing its better for you food offerings. Better for you food. And when we know that these companies talk about, oh, it's better for you. It's better for you to do this. It's better for you. They say it's better for you to eat Fiber One bars. But Fiber One bars give you fake fiber. They say it's better for you to sit here and eat and drink and consume dairy products that are, what is it? What's the word? Free range cow's meat, free range cow dairy. They tell you it's better for you to do those things, but they still make you inflamed. They tell you it's better for you to sit here and eat these meats as long as they're not sitting here. They have organic products, they're fed organic this, but they don't tell you that these animals are still not taken care of. They don't tell you that these animals still develop cancer and they cut the cancer out of their meat. They don't tell you these things, but they tell you it's better for you. So what do you think is going to happen in 2025 when they finally completely take over the whole company of a Siete brand? Because right now, they're still getting all the legal jargon together. Yesterday was the first time of us hearing it, but they've been planning this. But it's the first time that the money offer was put on the table and accepted. So what do you think is going to happen since they're looking so forward to how much money they can make and profit in the future, because this is going to help their portfolio. They never mentioned the people that are going to eat this food. If you really like, and when you go back, because that's why I said, like, I wanted you to hear these, because they never mentioned, until they were talking about the fact that they're trying to appeal to a certain market, to a certain type of person. They never talked about the fact that we want to help our people be able to eat healthier foods. We want our people to have access to healthier foods. We want our people to eat healthier foods. So we are trying to make that our mission. But instead, they're talking about that they want to grow their better for you foods offerings. They didn't mention the fact that they want to help you. But the Siete brand and their mission has always been that they want to appeal to the people because they are a smaller brand company, a family-owned company that operated out of Texas, and that they want to bring healthier aspects to the Mexican food market. And so I think it's absolutely insane that they can sit here and talk about the fact that they want to bring in a key customer. That's the word that they used, a key customer. But they don't tell you, or they don't even say, rather, because they don't have to tell you. It should be just like said, unsaid without being, well, it's said without being said, if that makes sense. That they see you as a person and not a customer. Because yes, they're here to make money. Yes, they are a brand. Yes, that's the reason why they have all these umbrellas up under the brand of Pepsi. But they never said once in this article that we want families to come together and to be able to have better options. They want to appeal to their key customer demographic. And if they were truly here on a mission to make it easier for you to eat healthier foods and to feel more comfortable with healthier foods and to see how easy it is for you to get healthier foods, they would have put that in there to make it their mission, because they're good at marketing. It's not like they don't pay these marketing people all of this money so that they can profit. This is on their website. It's not like it was just some random company or random blog article that posted this. This is on their website. That means they took the time, got it approved, and put this on here, and didn't ever think about, maybe we do need to put in here something about how we love the families and we trust that the families are going to make the right decision, and we're going to help them along with making the right decision so that we can help these people that are diabetic, that are overweight, that are dealing with these issues, but they love to eat the foods that they're currently eating. They didn't put any of that in there. But you're going to spend your hard-earned money at these companies that don't care about you. You're going to spend your hard-earned money on this brand still to this day, because I can guarantee you, you have some kind of Quaker product in your home. And yet, instead of you sitting here realizing the fact that, oh, okay, PepsiCo does not care about me at all, maybe I should find better brands, better products, you just say, well, I can't do anything about it. I'm not sitting here feeling like this is a stopping point in that, oh my gosh, my plant-based lifestyle is over with. I've been using this brand since the beginning, and now I'm in a standstill. I'm stuck. I'm going to buy what I can, buy it in bulk, and hope that they don't switch. And if they switch the ingredients, I won't buy it anymore. Because that's the problem. We love to talk about boycotting and changing things and how it's such a heavy issue. But we don't sit here and realize that we are the problem because we keep giving them money. The only way that we're ever going to make them change, because we have to make them change, we see that, we have to make them change, is us stop spending money there. But it's so hard for us to actually band together and boycott because we're too busy worried about what we won't have. We're too busy worried about, oh, I won't be able to eat this anymore. You do realize that once let's say PepsiCo just throws this in the toilet. Let's just say that Siete truly gets boycotted after they started switching their products. You do realize that there will be another Siete brand. There will be somebody else that comes along and makes the same kind of products. Yes, they might change the taste a little bit, but they'll make something in replacement, because at the end of the day, that is a profit margin. Or better yet, Pepsi might see the fact that nobody wants to buy the crap, and they'll realize, and they'll be like, you know what? Let's go back to the authentic design that they had in the beginning, the company that they had in the beginning, because that's the reason why we spent $1.2 billion on the company, because they were making enough money. Obviously, they were making enough money that Pepsi saw that company and said, that's worth $1.2 billion right there. Thanks to the follow. They literally sat there and said, that company's worth $1.2 billion, which they probably lowballed them. Let's just really be honest. When companies are offering you this kind of money, and I don't know if they took any royalties. I was trying to look it up, but it's too early to know really much into it. I was trying to see if they gave them full control, if they had to keep, like if they had any type of thing of like keeping the authentic recipe, if they have any royalties. I wanted to know, because it's like, if they're offering you $1.2 billion, where do they think they're going to project their profit margins just off of this one brand? $1.2 billion. Just think about that. If they sat here and they just told you that they made $91 billion last year off of all the products that they already have in their catalog, $91 billion in 2023, what do you think it's going to look like if they offered them $1.2 billion? If they take on this, when they take on this brand, not if, when, which they said it will be early 2025. It's not getting any better with all of these companies. Yes, we do need to buy small local companies, and we want them to grow. We want them to get big. We want them to have the offers from companies like PepsiCo. But we want them to feel stable enough to know that they don't have to sell to them, because that's the problem. We sit here and we make these companies feel like that they have to sell out. We make people, when they're starting a business, feel like once you get to a certain point, you have to sell out. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to make more than these other companies. But in reality, it's because we let companies like PepsiCo bully other companies into not being their own authentic company anymore, being under the umbrella. But if we really would have sat here and for instance, known about the fact that, which I know obviously they're not going to talk to us before they sell, but let's say that we did, in a perfect world, knew about this beforehand. If they would have asked me my little opinion, but it has straight facts coming from it, they could have been a Pepsi on their own. If you really sit here and think about how much they've expanded in the last couple of years, they could have been the Pepsi on their own. The Pepsi of Mexican products. But now here they are, sold to Pepsi, and will no longer ever be able to have that brand anymore. And that's what a lot of people are thriving to have. That's their goal. Because when you look under the tag, and I have a video that I just made, but when you look under the tag, because we have to get in front of this, all the content creators that are commenting on this, that are talking about how they eat Siete brand, it's not that big of a deal because it's a good thing for small businesses, are the same ones that eat meat, that eat dairy, that are pushing these products from TikTok, and that are just making a quick buck off of you and don't care about you. They're going to be the same people that are sitting here crying and whining because they take TikTok and they no longer have their way of income on TikTok. But instead of them actually making something for themselves that they can sustain off of, they're profiting off of you being ignorant and not knowing. But I am here and will still be here after TikTok is gone because I show you how to change your lifestyle. I give you actual factual help rather than just making a profit off of you, off of an app because I dance and look cute. But no, rather I show you that you don't have to eat these toxic poisons. You can help your body heal. And you don't have to sit here and believe that companies like Pepsi will forever win. That you have to eat their products because there's no other options. Because there is. Just because they sell out like Siete did, because yes, they made their money and I'm not mad at them. But if they sell out, that does not mean that you just end all be all. You have nothing else to do. Give up. If I find another brand for us to eat and I find a brand that's just a replica of like Siete, or, you know, in 2025, maybe Pepsi does do correct, I will come back and I will correct this, or I will come back and let you know what I found. But as of now, I don't have faith. As of now, I don't have faith. And that's just off of the track record. I don't have to look into anything else to know I don't have faith. I heard it and I didn't have faith. I heard it and literally tears came to my eyes. And I texted the 2 people in my life that I know that eats this company and loves this company's brand as well. You have to understand that not everybody is here to just sell you something and to make a profit off of you, to make TikTok shop and all this other stuff. I'm here as a sign and a warning to you that it's not getting any better. I've been telling you that since I started going live on TikTok, since I started going live on Instagram, since I started actually making this something that it was my niche, if that makes sense. If I actually started to hone in on it, because I started doing research in 2019 and 2020 when we were locked down. And I didn't do anything with it besides just keep going and keep researching and learning and doing more. And that was my time of me growing and changing my lifestyle. That was the time that I had to work on to master the lifestyle that I live now. The Most High gave me that blessing. And so now here I am trying to get you to understand that PepsiCo has done it again, and they're going to keep doing it. These small businesses, you're going to see more and more of them, regardless of if they're a healthy brand or not, start to sell out. Because people are in a panic. People are seeing the way that the economy is going. But something like the Siete brand, for instance, they could have made themselves into a bigger, larger brand outside of Pepsi. They could have literally been the Pepsi of Mexican products. And I hate to see it. I really do hate to see it, but we're going to see more of it. And so I'm here to show you today that, first of all, we don't have to panic. I'm not panicking. Yes, it made me sad, but I'm not panicking. And I don't want you to panic in this time, because that's the last thing you need, is to make yourself anxious, depressed, and then quit doing anything for the rest of the year. But rather, this is the time for you to put your foot on the gas. I know you've been through a whole entire year. I feel the same way. I get the same way. When it gets around the winter time, when the weather changes, when the time changes, you get tired, you don't want to do much. We eat more, we think less, we do less. This is not the time for you to do less and eat more. This is the time for you to educate yourself, do more, change your habits, get your lifestyle together. Because by the time that it's end of November and we move into December, it's already in premonition. It's coming. It's already in premonition now. These are just the early stages. This isn't even the beginning. This isn't even the climax. This isn't literally the high point. This is just the beginning. I was talking about this, I think, live on Tuesday, because yesterday was Wednesday. My live on Tuesday. It's just the beginning. We're seeing trickles. This is the trickle effect. We are in a new era that is not going to be pretty for us as consumers if we're not aware of what we're consuming. We're in a new era that has been, I'm trying to think, I was going to say propagating, but I don't know if propagating is the word that I'm thinking of. Manifesting. That has been manifesting itself for quite a while. The seeds by these terrible companies that don't care about you have been sown for years. It's been sown in your ancestors that have passed away, the generations that are still here. Because, for example, brands like Quaker have been around for generations, for centuries. And so the time is for you to realize that this needs to be the last generation that grew up on these brands that poison you and treat you like crap and treat you like a dollar sign and a consumer. This needs to be the last year of unconscious consumers that do not take care of their body. Because like I have said in my past lives, by 2030, they are projecting to make over $1 trillion off of people being overweight and people sitting here dealing with diabetes. That too alone, in the medical industry, they are projecting to make over $1 trillion by 2030. So what is going to hyper and fluctuate that money, that profit margin? Them taking away all the healthy brands. Them switching out healthy brands. The bigger companies buying them out. And so the time for us to realize and to band together and to stop buying these companies just because we know it, if it changes the ingredients, stop buying it. I still, even the things that I buy every single month, every couple of weeks or whatever else, I still look at the ingredients on the back. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad that you were here because this needs to be said. Because them sitting here focusing on the fact that they are trying to bring an inclusive, better for you product to their catalog. And I think and I think it's so funny because in the quote of the article, the Siete owner, not the PepsiCo brand, the Siete owner added at the end that they are so excited to embrace the new era with PepsiCo and bring inclusive, better for you products to more people. They called you people in the article. But when you go up to what PepsiCo said in their own quotes, they didn't even mention the people. They just talked about food catalogs, their customers, and then their profit margins. If that doesn't wake you up and that doesn't get you to understand that they see you as a consumer and a dollar sign and not a person, not people. And sadly, this company was probably a smaller business that doesn't really know much about the expansion of the PepsiCo umbrella, was just very excited to even get recognized because I know, for instance, me being a small little brand myself, having somebody to recognize me, but I know what's going on. I wouldn't sell out, but it would make me happy and excited. But them, if they didn't know, and if they did know, I hate that. But I give people the benefit of the doubt because I'm not the one to just jump down people's throat and just assume that they know everything, because I didn't know everything for the longest. And now that I do know like a lot of things, I don't know everything, but now that I know a lot of things that I do know, I see how many people that are still in the shadows. I see how many people that are not aware. Thank you for the follows. And that's why I'm here to help you. That's why I spread my messages. That's why I post all the free content that I do on TikTok. And I post my lives on YouTube afterwards so you can go find them if you want to. because everybody deserves to have the information. Not everybody has the time to educate themselves and do hours of research or to stay on top of articles and news and everything else like I do. But you have the quick, short answers with my TikToks, with my YouTube. Because you're going to watch media, you're going to watch your phone, you're going to do all these different things anyway. So why not get it from a source that is actually showing you from a consumer's point of view rather than the company's point of view, and the people who are paid to lie to you, like these news companies, like these articles that they pay these blogs to write about their companies and all these other people. But somebody who actually goes into these journals, these scientific articles, and these places that people normally don't go because it has too many big words and it's too long of a thing to read. But somebody who actually goes through and finds the information that we need to know and looks for the information that's actually going to help our bodies heal holistically. If you are suffering from any issues, if you are diabetic, if you are insulin resistant, if you are a woman that is sitting here right now that is dealing with painful menstrual cycles, fibroids, or cysts, or any of those issues that you have going on in your womb, the time for you to start healing is now. You still have 3 months, 3 whole months, which if you get into my program, you can heal before 2025 and walk into 2025 not only feeling better and healed, but you can also walk into 2025 knowing that you're taking care of your body and knowing how from now on to take care of your body. All by using food as your medicine. All by knowing how to make your own sustainable products. All by you releasing the chemicals that you have when it comes to your body wash, your mouthwash, your toothpaste. All by you stop washing your clothes in terrible detergent, regardless if it says scent-free or chemical-free. It still has chemicals, it still has scents. They don't use natural products. Just because they tell you X, Y, and Z on the marketing label, that does not mean that they are sitting there giving you the best quality products. It's marketing. They are able to get away with the marketing and lying to you on the label because all of the loopholes that are in our industry. They are okay with lying to you on these labels because of all the loopholes in our industry. So it's a matter of what are you going to do? Are you going to help yourself and allow yourself to heal and know how to do it easily by either educating yourself like I have and spending hours on research and understanding, writing it down, logging it for yourself? Or tap into my program and have everything that you need sent to you and packaged in a pretty easy to use form, a very comprehensible form for anybody. And have this information for the rest of your life to spread onto your children, to the generation after your children, to spread onto your family members. Because this is gonna affect more than you. Not just this whole Siete PepsiCo combination, but with the way that this world is going is affecting more than you. You said, what should we watch? What should we wash our clothes in? I don't remember exactly what I titled it, but I did make a video. I've made 2 videos showing you how I wash my clothes, what I wash them in, and then I also showed you how I reuse what I wash my clothes in, because even though they tell you you get like I think 6 to 8 washes out of it, there's still so much soap in the actual, like, they're called soap nuts, in these soap nuts that I use. And so then I reuse them to make my soaps. And so these are all the different ways, or these are the different products that I show you and I teach you how to use in my program. And I teach you and I give you the formula, the ingredients and the formula of how I craft this for myself, so that I don't have to spend tons of money on sustainable products. I don't have to spend tons of money on chemical-free products. I haven't bought body wash. I haven't bought mouthwash, toothpaste, I think in over 3 years. Yeah, because I think I started making my own in like 3 months into my lifestyle, and it's 4 years now. I make my own body wash. I make my own toothpaste. I make my own soaps. I make my own shampoo. If you are somebody that is ready for a change, you need to click the link in my bio, first of all. And second of all, you need to start educating yourself, because the way that this world is going, it's not helping you. If you are sitting here and you think that you're going to have a quick fix, you're going to have a momentary diet that is going to allow you to help yourself, it's not going to. It puts your body in fight or flight mode if you do diet culture, first of all. Second of all, if you are sitting here and you believe that there is no healing, that your body is not a healing vessel, you have been programmed to believe the wrong thing. The Most High himself made your body perfectly, even before you were born. When you were in your mother, when your mother and your father came together and produced you. It's the habits that they had that manifest disease if you were born with a disease. Whatever was lingering in your mother or produced and thrived in the environment that she was in is the reason why you were born with it. After you were born, every habit that you were taught or that you have from that day is the reason why now you have painful menstrual cycles, you have asthma, you have knee pain, inflammation, you have different types of IBS, or you have any type of mental fog, fatigue, you have any anxiety or depression. That is not running your family. And I'm speaking as somebody who has healed my body from asthma. I had literal knee pain, was wearing 2 knee braces in 5th grade, had to wear 2 knee braces, could not run. I was sitting there dealing with painful menstrual cycles since the time that I started. Developed asthma in high school. I didn't add that part. I developed it in high school. All of those issues that I was having, the anxiety, the depression, the panic attacks, was coming from the food that I was eating and the malnourishment that I was dealing with every single day, all of my life, because I was lacking nutrients, gaining a whole lot of protein from meats, a whole lot of inflammatory dairy. And that's not the healthy protein that you need. That's not the foods and the drinks that you need. If you're eating dairy, if you're eating meat, that causes inflammation and it harms your body. You said how to gain weight healthy on a plant-based lifestyle. We don't do diet. This is a lifestyle. So if you are trying to incorporate plant-based and to go into the plant-based lifestyle, and you need to gain weight, if you are a smaller person, then you have to gain all the key nutrients that you need with every single meal. There is no skipping a meal. I'm not saying you have to eat 3 times a day, but when you are trying to gain weight and to hold it and to keep it until you get to your desired weight, you should be eating at least 2 types of protein a day and then maxing out on that protein. You should be eating at least 3 things of fiber to make sure that you're getting rid of everything that you don't need. You need to also make sure that you are getting your iron, your magnesium, make sure you're getting your B12, which all can come from plants. You don't need any supplements. You don't need any powders, because they sit there and they teach you to take supplements and powders. And that's not going to help you. Meat and dairy is not going to help you. They love to sit there and suggest that to you, that you have to have meat for protein. You have to have dairy for calcium. But here I am 4 years into the lifestyle telling you I'm not lacking protein. I'm not lacking any nutrients or vitamins or minerals. I haven't had meat in 4 years. Haven't had dairy in 4 years. You don't need it to be thriving and healthy. And you're not going to heal eating those things. If you're taking herbs and you eat meat, you eat dairy, you're wasting your money. You don't need meat or dairy at all. I'm so glad that you have been plant-based for 3 years. Please let me know if you have any questions, or if you have any stumbling blocks, or if you just have any concerns. Please let me know. I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. If you were eating meat or dairy, you eat processed foods with terrible ingredients currently right now, and you take herbs, I'm letting you know that you're wasting your money and you're wasting your time. They're not going to be as potent, and they're not going to be as effective as it would if you ate correctly. If you were truly eating plant-based meals, plant-based foods, plant-based fruits and vegetables, oh, I was like, the notification that came up on my screen. Sorry, y'all, that distracted me. If you are sitting there and you're eating the correct way that allows your body to heal, and you use herbs interchangeably, your body will heal itself. You'll see the transformation quickly. And you'll see how your body has not been taken care of all of your life because of the habits that have been passed down through your family that you intake as well. Because I'm speaking as somebody who, as soon as I started to switch my lifestyle, yes, it sucked to get off of the medication that I was taking and have to deal with the painful menstrual cycle after getting off of the medication. But now here I am able to thrive on the first day of my cycle when usually it used to almost take me out. I'm here to tell you that your body is a healing vessel. So if it's not healing from any disease or illness that you have, there's a block. And you buying into these companies like Pepsi, for instance, is blocking your health because they have no product that is healthy or okay. You say you went plant-based just to gain 10 pounds. Thanks to the follow. That's interesting. I love that. I love that. That's very interesting because I never heard anybody say that they went plant-based to gain weight, because usually people are fearful for going plant-based and losing weight. I mean, yeah, losing weight that they didn't want to lose weight and losing more weight if they were trying to gain weight. And so I absolutely love that for you, because if you are trying to gain weight, this is a freebie that I'm going to give you, because like I said, this is what I give you on if you're in my program, but I'm going to give you a freebie here because I thank you for all your comments and I appreciate them. Everybody that's commenting, and I truly hope that your journey elevates itself and that you stick with the lifestyle, because for me, I will never go back to the lifestyle that I was living before, because I literally was sick. I was sick in many different aspects, and that was leading me to have diseases, chronic illnesses. So if you are trying to gain weight and you are struggling and you feel like that you're not gaining it as fast as you want to and you need to, I eat a whole lot of chickpeas, first of all. A whole lot of chickpeas, a whole lot of hummus. That's just what I like. Those are my foods. If you like those are good high proteins. As well as when you are eating things like rice or quinoa or anything like that you can mix, which I don't promote you eating rice unless it's what is it called? Wild rice. That's what's called. Wild rice. It's black because it's not technically a rice grain, but it's just categorized as rice. But it's actually, I think it's a I don't think it's a legume, but I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's something really weird. Like, it's something really weird. You're like, what? It's called wild rice, but it's not actually a grain rice. That's the healthiest form of rice that you can get, and I suggest for you to have. Add in chia seeds and what's the other seed? Chia seeds and hemp seeds. That's what I'm thinking of. Chia seeds and hemp seeds to everything that you can that's gonna, if you don't like it or you don't want it, to mask it, if that makes sense. So if you're having cereal or yogurt, just something as simple as that and adding it in there. You don't have to sit there and let it sit for a long time. I think you can sit there for like 10 minutes or something like that, 5 to 10 minutes, and it'll be straight. I've never gotten sick from it. I know people talking about it expands. It can expand in your stomach. It can make you sick, possibly. I've never had that happen. What I've noticed is the people that complain about that stuff usually are the people that don't eat correctly, and usually that means that their pH balance in their gut is not high enough. My pH balance in my gut is stable. So I can say with full confidence that I don't have that problem. And I feel like since you've been plant-based for 3 months, I don't know exactly what your lifestyle is, if you eat vegan products or not. But if you eat the way that I do of just eating real fruits and vegetables and cooking from that form and not going to get processed foods, then your gut biome should be balanced if you're eating a full rainbow plate. And it should be able to handle, which I'm not saying you should just go munch on some chia seeds, but if you only soak it for like 5 minutes or less, it shouldn't harm your stomach at all. I would try it out and test it to make sure, just in case, but it's never harmed my stomach. And so yes, I eat a whole lot of chickpeas. I haven't been eating a whole lot of quinoa here lately, but I eat a whole lot of chickpeas. And combining like the chickpeas and the chia seeds and the hemp seeds is going to give you all the protein that you need. Plenty of protein, if not more, because that's what I have somebody in my life who went plant-based around the same time that I did. Their doctor suggested to them, because they're also very, very skinny. They lost a whole lot of weight. They had kids, and you know how that goes. Usually you have kids and you breastfeed, you will lose weight. It just naturally happens. And so she wanted to gain weight. Her doctor was telling her the best way for her to do it was chia seeds and hemp seeds. That's a good incorporation for every single thing. I do not recommend jasmine rice. The only rice I recommend is wild rice. All of that can leach arsenic, heavy metals, other things in your food. So the best thing for you to do is get wild rice. Avocado is absolutely amazing. So that's why I said, like, that's just a little tidbit that I have for you. That is a freebie for you. So I hope that you take that and it helps. Because these are the type of things that we learn in my program. Thank you for all the follows, guys. These are the type of things that you learn in my program and that I walk you through, and you have full access to me. So for instance, how you just asked that simple question of what kind of proteins do I eat? You're asking about jasmine rice. Like, these are the things that we go over in our one-on-one call so that we can tailor it to you to make sure that, like, it is as easy as as possible for you to transform your lifestyle without having to struggle. Can I write down the names of the seeds? I don't know how what do you mean? I'm sorry, what do you mean? They're just hemp seeds. I'm not worried about a national recall. I promise I'm not worried about it. I talked about this, I think on my live the other day. All of these recalls that they're having on the produce and how people are freaking out. I don't freak out over any recall on a natural product that is organic, that is non-GMO. If you wash your produce, if you make sure you're not contaminating your area, any listeria recall, any type of other recall that they have going on, E. coli. Yes, I'm not saying it's going to get rid of every single bacteria and surface air issue that you have, but I'm not worried. I've been in this lifestyle for 4 years. I only eat fruits and vegetables, and never have I ever gone to the grocery store and sat there and go, oh, there's a recall on spinach. I'm not going to go get the spinach that I want to eat. I pray over my food. That's the first thing that you're gonna know. I pray over my food, first of all. Second of all, I handle accordingly. Third of all, I know who I'm buying my products from. Just because it's a national recall, I don't go to Walmart and just like how they just had the recall on the apple juice, I don't go to Walmart and just go grab the apple juice off the shelf because it says a whole 100% apple juice. I'm just speaking. I'm just speaking to somebody. I don't worry about it. I just had a live. If you go check out my cooking live from last week, you can see and figure out how I washed all my produce in that video, and that's how I wash all my produce. It's simple, easy, because there's a lot of fear mongering. There's a lot of things that people are scared of in this world, and one thing I'm not going to be scared of are the fruits and vegetables that the Most High has put on this earth for me to eat. Like I said in the beginning, Yahuwah put you in this earth. He put you on this earth. He made you, and you were perfect. The only thing that tainted you was the contact with the earth itself, the contact with man. And so everything that we have going on and everything that's going on in this world is here to put you in stumbling blocks and stress and anxiety. I'm here to show you that I live a stress-free life. I'm not sitting here worried about all these recalls and sitting here freaking out. And yes, I might post a recall to let you know that something's being recalled, but it's usually just processed foods. I don't ever sit here and talk about spinach is being recalled. Everybody freak out. Instead, I make sure to remind you that yes, there's recalls on produce every single week, every other month. Are you washing it? Do you know what companies you're buying from? Can you go to a local farmer's market and get it instead of you getting it from these major companies? Because if I can go to the farmer's market, I'll go to the farmer's market. If I can't, I'm not going to stress myself. Well, I'm happy to say, because the Most High has brought me here. He's the reason why I went plant-based. He's the reason why that I healed my body. I called to him and I asked. I literally was sitting there begging and pleading and asking, like, why have I been sitting here fighting with my body all of my life? How do I develop asthma in high school when nobody in my family has asthma? Why did I have knee pain in 5th grade? Why in the world am I anxious, having panic attacks, depression, all this other stuff? But when 2020 hit and we locked down, I'm telling you, my body literally, it's like I felt the weight being lifted off my shoulders. The weight that was lifted off of my shoulders, the Most High sat there and he spoke to me. He said that if you want healing, then you're going to listen and you're going to change the way that you eat. I started to implement different things. I didn't go plant-based in 2020, but I started to change the way that I was eating. I stopped eating hot chips. I stopped eating ramen. I stopped eating all this crap. The only meats that I really was like buying was organic meat and things like that. But that was in 2020. That was in the beginning of my journey. That was before I knew everything about meat. I started to learn about sea life having cancer. And that's what really just like set me off to go, you know what? I'm not eating this anymore. Like, I won't. Yes, I weaned myself off and I did it in a appropriate amount of time. I didn't just quit cold turkey. I allowed myself to enjoy the process. And through that enjoyment, here I am 4 years and I will not go back. I don't care if I raise my own farm. I don't care if I can go to the local farmer's market and get meat. Because you're not realizing the fact that they cut around cancer in certain delis and things like that. They can easily do that and still sell you the meat. You can still You will be. I'm not going to say you can. You will still be sick getting local dairy, getting local meat, because they still produce inflammatory properties in your body. These animals that are 100% grass fed, like they tell you, does not mean that they're only fed grass and that they're able to graze around a yard, a field, a farm. And there's plenty of videos on here that show you differently. I mean, show you exactly what I'm saying, but show you differently what you think. Because they literally showed that these animals are strapped down to a machine and sprayed with grass so they can eat it off the ground or eat it as it's shot in their mouth or whatever else. That's not comfortable. Would you like your food being flung to you instead of you just going around and grazing like you normally eat? But no, we sit here and believe the labeling and the marketing is so much because we don't think that these companies are able to lie to us legally. When just because it isn't right does not mean it's illegal. And we have to get that through our head. Legal and right, legal and lawful are two different things. Because the Most High has laws that we should abide and we should follow. But they don't follow them. They have laws that are out here. But legally, they have loopholes. So yeah, there are plenty of laws out here that are not being followed because of the legal loopholes that man has created on purpose. So just because it's not right does not mean it's illegal. And I want you to understand that. She said, I love how my body feels. I haven't eaten meat and dairy and gluten or processed sugar in 3 months. And that's exactly how you should feel. I did June of no sugar period. Like I didn't even have like agave honey or anything. And I can tell you, like, even though I do have I have a pimple right here because it's about to be my time. I have this pimple right here and I know I was drinking a whole lot of apple juice that was not the homemade apple juice. I like Martinelli's. That's just one of the apple juice brands that I still get to this day. And I just like put a whole lot of water and ice in it whenever I drink it, and I was drinking them too many back to back. I see the acne coming back. But in June I cut off all sugar. I did no sugar. June, July, August, I wasn't craving sugar. I was okay. I gave in and now I'm craving sugar again. And I think it's very funny because it's like people freak out and say like, oh, well, I can't be without my sugar. I crave sugar way too much. No, you've just trained yourself to do that. I've trained myself to do it again and I'm going to get myself off of it. It's easy to do. You can still enjoy your snacks. Like you said, natural sugar comes from fruits. You can still have sugar. You can still make the things that you love. Just use natural sugar. There's plenty of natural sugar. Even when I am like no sugar free, if I wanted to add honey in there, it's not that big of a deal because it's natural. It's a natural sweetener. And I get the real, actual, unfiltered, raw honey. I don't get the like processed crap that you get in the little teddy bear at Kroger. So it's all the matter of the fact of, are you aware of what you're doing and are you aware of what's going on in this world and how are you changing and how are you taking initiative to make that change to help yourself and help people around you? Because don't just take this information and just sit here and be like, oh, I can't do anything. Don't sit here and think about, okay, well, I'm going to educate myself and then I'll do anything. Because not only are you keeping yourself down and in this space of where they're going to make $1 trillion profit off of us being a diabetic and obese, but also think about the fact that you're making your children, if you have any or if you're going to produce any in the next couple of years, you're making your children sit here and repeat the same patterns that have led you down a path that you don't even enjoy. If you don't even enjoy the path that you were on, if you don't enjoy being sick and ill and diseased, why keep doing that to anybody? Why keep showing them how you've led yourself here? There's teff. There's teff. It's good. I like teff. Teff is, you can make porridge from it. But if you are really going to, like, I'm an oatmeal lover, I'm an advocate for me having some freaking oatmeal. Don't get instant oatmeal or anything like that. Get steel cut oats and get it from Bob's Red's Meal. That's a good one. Steel cut oats are the most unprocessed natural oats that you can get, besides you getting like instant oats or Quaker oats or anything like that. But I still eat oats, don't get me wrong. I just eat the organic and the better brands. I don't eat Quaker, for instance. Like the brands that know that they heavily spray their foods with pesticides and things like that, I don't eat those. I just know the brands that I use. And so that's why I said that, like, these are the things that I teach you in my program. I'm done with this live, so if you have any questions, drop them down now and I will answer questions that you have. If you have any questions that you don't want to ask here on live in front of others, that is a more intimate question, or you think about it after I get off live, you can DM me. You can also check this live on my YouTube if you missed out on the beginning or any of my past lives. They're all posted on my YouTube afterwards. You can check those out. But it is 12:54, which I'm kind of shocked. I don't know what time we got on here. What time did we got on here at 12? Okay. We got on here at 12. If you have any questions, drop them down below, please. Because that's why I said, like, this would be a plan to tailor towards you. Because there's plenty of people who are afraid of eating oatmeal and they don't want to eat oatmeal. And so, like, if they wouldn't want to, I wouldn't sit here and try to suggest to them, oh, eat oatmeal and all this stuff. I'm an oatmeal advocate. I loved oatmeal when I was younger. I still loved oatmeal. I still love oatmeal. And so that's something that's easy for me to know that, like, I don't eat it that often. And so since I don't eat it that often, that's my moderation. Like when I say I eat things in moderation, I mean I eat them in moderation. People think their moderation is them eating it once or twice a week, and that's moderation. No, moderation looks like you not eating it a couple of months and then you picking it up again. That's my moderation. I probably don't eat oatmeal like probably every 2-3 months, and then I'm like, oh, I haven't had oatmeal in a while. That sounds good for today. You know what I mean? But I don't, like I said, like I don't eat oats, Quaker oats or anything like that. I eat steel cut oats. And then if I'm making a recipe that calls for oats, I will use like Bob's Red Meal or something like that. Like I don't just go and get Quaker or instant oats or whatever else. I try to know what brands I'm buying from. Ooh. If you have any questions, drop them down below. Drop them down below. Little nosy. She got a haircut today, so she's feeling really baby-fied. Because usually I try not to pick her up while I'm on live, because then she tries to coerce me to take her outside. But she got a haircut today, so she's gonna be extra baby-fied all day, for sure. A little festive bandana, even though we don't celebrate these. I still like the little bandanas that they put. She doesn't smell as heavily as she usually, because I do rewash her after she comes from the groomer, because she's an older woman. She uses all of the like pet products and stuff, and I make her shampoo as well, and so I usually rewash her. She doesn't smell like perfume, so I guess she didn't spray her down with perfume like she normally does, because I usually wash it off. I don't do chemicals, so I don't want my dog to smell like chemicals or have chemicals on her skin either. So that's why I said that, like, you can help everybody in your life currently right now by changing your lifestyle and show them how easy it is. Because I have family members that literally, like, they're getting put on to the lifestyle that I live by me just doing what I do. Them learning from me just doing. Like, you don't have to sit there and jump down anybody's throat or hone in on the fact that they have to eat fruits and vegetables. If you just start doing it for yourself, they see how easy it is. So I'm not seeing any questions. I guess we're gonna hop off. If you have any questions, drop them down. I'll give you a minute or two, and then we're gonna hop off. Little baby. Little baby. I probably need to brush our teeth too. We haven't brushed our teeth in a couple of weeks. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thanks for the kisses. Thank you. Okay, nobody has any questions? No? And like I said, you can always DM me if I am not here anymore. Any suggestions on heart health? What do you mean? Can you elaborate more on that? What do you mean? And we've been focusing on like diabetes and insulin resistance and healing and help. So if you are suffering from diabetes or insulin resistance and okay, but what I mean, what do you mean, like suggestions on heart health? Like you are suffering from heart disease and you need help with repairing your heart and like making your heart stronger? Like what exactly do you mean? Like, do you have a heart murmur? Like, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just like I just need more context, because you have to remember, like, I'm reading comments. So this is not like a conversation. So like, yeah, so I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, I just need more context into the situation, because, like, what's your lifestyle? What do you eat? Like, has your doctor diagnosed you, like, heart rate is always high, like palpitations? Okay. So, if your heart rate is always high, you have to think about the fact that that means your body's in a stressful state. I don't know who you are, Be More, but it depends. That's what I'm saying. You can't just say things, because people are going to take that and think that you're saying, if you say workout, that's why you have to elaborate. And so comments are not going to help you just by like putting a little comment of working out. What do you mean by working out? Because if your heart rate is high, you don't need to be doing high strenuous activity. And so this is something like, for instance, if you were to work with me in my program or book a one-on-one with me, I would suggest for you to do lightweight workouts to get your heart pumping but not overworked. And then, like they said, beets are amazing, because anything that's red looks like your blood. That's going to help your blood flow. Your blood flow is how your heart rate either regulates itself or raises itself. That's something that your brain needs for all of your systems to be functioning. You need good blood flow. The same thing with your cellular health. No, you don't have to apologize. I just mean, like, that's my point. What I mean, that like a little comment can be deceiving if you have no elaboration with it. And I know that they give you character like limits. So it's like, you have to understand that, like, the ER have a latest appointment next month. Okay, so while you wait for that appointment, you have to start eating correctly. I don't know what your lifestyle is currently right now, but with your food, but I can guarantee that if we are not eating the way that we need to, that's a direct correlation, first of all. Using food as your medicine is going to help you heal that. They're going to try to put you on a medication. If not, they might even suggest a surgery of some type. That's the last thing you want to do. If you haven't had a surgery already, people have to understand that once they cut you open, it has literally, even though it's not an actual like scientific study, when you look at everybody else, everyone that gets cut open once gets cut open multiple times. When you have one surgery, there's guaranteed for more to be and later on in life. And so you said you work overnight as well, so poor sleep schedule. So if you work overnight, even though it's going to throw off your rhythm, you have to figure out how you can support your sleep system. So if you, for instance, if you if you wake up at 2, 3 a.m. or whatever else, and that's a time where it's dark outside, and then you go home, I don't know what CHF is. I don't know what that is off the top of my head. I don't know what CHF is off the top of my head. But for instance, if you get out and it's daylight, it's 7, it's 11 or whatever else, invest in blackout curtains. Invest in something that's going to help you be able to sleep more during the time that you have to sleep. And then still, if you can stay awake after your shift, try to get as much sunlight as you can before or after you sleep and rest. Try to get that sunlight. Try to get that's what it is, congestive heart failure. I got you. So yeah, and that's in the word right there, congestive heart failure, congestion. Congestion means a block. Congestion means stuffy. So think about it. What's blocking right now that's causing your heart rate to go up? If you eat meat, if you eat dairy, if you eat inflammatory foods, that's going to cause a block. That's going to cause an issue. Yeah, you need sunlight. That's why I said if you can do it before you go to sleep, I suggest that you make AM time whenever you are done with work a time for you to go and treat that just like how people go out for dinner, if that makes sense. Treat that as a time for you to go graze and go walk around a park. Go get you some kind of, or pack you a snack, or pack you something it wouldn't be breaking your fast, because it would be the end of your day. Think about it that way. It's the end of your day. What do you need for you to wind down that gets you the sunlight, that allows you to relax? Go sit in a park. Go sit by some lake. Go walk around for a little bit on a walking trail. Don't eat any meat. Don't eat any dairy, and start using food as your medicine and getting the nutrients that you need from fruits and vegetables. And by in a month, if you do that and you start now, in the month that, girl, if you don't stop, in a month, by the time that you get ready for that appointment, they might tell you that you didn't even have to come in today. Your blood pressure has regulated itself and you're okay. Keep doing what you've been doing. I said your blood pressure, your heart rate. Goodness gracious. So it's just a matter of the fact that you just have to know how to take care of your body and get back to the healing state, because your body can heal itself from what you have going on. It's just a matter of knowing what to do to get to that space without medications, without prescriptions. And if you are on any medications or prescriptions right now, that's the way for you to be able to get off of them. She's being so needy. I'm not saying any more questions, guys. So if you don't have any more questions, I'm going to hop off. And like I said, you can always DM me afterwards if you have any more questions to dive into. She's being so needy. And now she has an attitude because I won't do what she want to do. You say bye-bye. You say bye-bye. You say bye-bye. You say bye-bye. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate you. Thank you for the follows. Everybody that has followed me today, thank you. You are so, so welcome. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day. And like I said, please let me know if you have any questions. Please let me know if anything sparks or arises concerns, questions. If you don't see any products or services, or you have any questions about any products or services, they are linked in my bio. If you don't see anything, please let me know. I will send you the link directly because I probably just took it down. If any links are not working, let me know, because sometimes that happens where it works for some people's computer and or a phone or whatever else, and it doesn't work everywhere. Let me know. Let me know if you have any questions. If you are not on my email list, get on my email list. You'll know when I go live. You get my Wellness Woman Wednesday information. Even if you're not a woman, you can still be in our Wellness Woman Wednesday, because it's literally just tips and information and facts and education on what's going on in the world and plant-based eating and the plant-based lifestyle and everything like that, that is going to help you. More free content that is going to help you establish a healthier lifestyle, regardless if you buy in with me or not. I have so much free content for you to start changing your life now. But if you are ready for a change and to learn how to do that and to implement it in your life, you are so, so welcome. Then I'm here to help you and to support you, and I have plenty of products and services that will do that. Go get my plant-based cookbook if you have not gotten it already, because it shows you over 20 different meals to mix and match that will help you start making plant-based meals that are going to support you in helping your body, healing it, and showing other people how easy it is to make plant-based recipes. I have a plant-based cheese in there. If you are a queso lover, it has plant-based cheese in there. It has different ways for you to make burgers, and I didn't do any fried foods in there because I am going to make a soul food book next year, excuse me. But right now we're focusing on diabetes and understanding that, because we have to get ourselves together in order for us to enjoy all of those like soul food, fried foods, and other things. Now the mac and cheese might hit the ebook earlier, but we'll see. But I do show you how to make my queso, my plant-based cheese sauce. It's in my bio. Literally, you can start making plant-based meals today. I have plenty of free content for you to start making them. But if you are ready to have a book that is accessible, that you have this information ready to go, then go grab that. You can get it with Klarna Affirmer Afterpay. It's just $25. All my products or services, you can get it with Klarna Affirmer Afterpay. And I hope you all have a great, great rest of your day. It was so nice to hear from you. It was so nice to see all these comments. I appreciate you guys. I don't do nutritional yeast because that's to add a yeast that you don't need. They say that you can add it for like B12 and you can add it for color, but I get B12 and plenty other things, so I don't add nutritional yeast to anything. I don't really use yeast. The only time I ever really gain or have yeast in my life now is usually when I buy the, what is it called? Dave's Killer Bread. That's the only time that I add, because it's just like a lot of us don't realize how much yeast we eat, and I could tell that I had yeast overgrowth, and so I knew that I didn't need any more added yeast. I used to use nutritional yeast every now and then, and now I just don't even use it. I have it in my fridge and everything else. But I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. We will try to be back live tomorrow. If we're not live tomorrow, thanks for the gifts. We will be back live either Sunday or Monday. But I hope everybody enjoys their rest of their day. And if I don't see you, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And peace, y'all.